on the assignment name and see if anything's been turned in. You'll see these categories here. If you haven't graded an assignment, this category won't exist, but if you've already graded one, it'll add this category here. Then you can see who's been assigned the assignment, what's turned in. So let's go down here to this one and do an example of how to grade. You simply click on whichever one of these you're looking for. So we want to grade the one that's turned in. It'll take us to this student work page. Instructions are self-explanatory. That's anything that you've added to the assignment for students to know about. But the student work page shows you all the students in your course and where they're at with their assignment. Now, if you just click turned in, it might only show that whatever students have actually turned in an assignment. I recommend you go to this drop down and make sure that all is selected. That way you'll have a snapshot of every single student in your course very easily, and you can see right under here their status. Green turned in means that they have literally turned the assignment into you. It's as if they set it on your desk, so to speak, and it's out of their hands. Assigned means that the student's assigned. If you see a little blue paper icon in here, this means that the student has opened their document and they've begun working on it, but they obviously haven't turned it in. This graded is self-explanatory. You have already graded this paper. One quick thing I want to show you before we look at a turned in assignment. You can give feedback to a working document. So if a student's working on their paper and this is something that's relevant to your course, or they ask for feedback or something, if this is something that interests you, this is a really easy thing you can do. You click here, and this is what it'll look like with the assignment name, the person's name, and this is what it'll look like here if they're just working on their paper. This is a work in progress. Now you can highlight anything you'd like and add a comment over here. You'll highlight it and you'll see the plus sign. You can also just keep your cursor like this and hover, and the plus sign will appear on the side. You click it, then you can add a comment. Good for you. You click comment. Now, as soon as you click that comment, the student can see this in real time. So if they come in at 1:53 p.m. today, Google Docs saves all this by the second. So they will see your comment and they'll apply that or not to their paper as they're working on it. And that all happens in real time. You can edit and delete these if you'd like. And you'll see here that this return button is gray. It's not clickable because the student hasn't turned in this paper, so you're not able to return it to them graded. So I'll show you how to do that there. And you can add things here, but you don't really need to do that yet if the student's working on this document currently. And then all you do is just close the tab. Again, Google Docs saves everything by the second, so everything is saved. Now let's look at a turned in doc. This is your primary role here, is to grade these turned in documents. So you come here, here it is, the student's name, this name. You already made a comment on this. Maybe it's from when they were working on it earlier, but this assignment is officially turned in. So again, this is as if they set it on your desk and it's out of their hands. So the difference here is when you add a comment, once they've turned in their assignment, let's add another comment. Come over here, hover. This needs more work. You add that comment. The student does not see this because they've, again, turned this document into you. Once it's officially turned in on their side, they can't just grab their assignment back off your desk. So this assignment is in your hands. Your comments are private until you return it. And that's the difference between an assignment that's been turned in. Once it's been turned in, your comments are private until you return that assignment. So 2 things you need to do when you go in to grade a turned in assignment. You make comments throughout the whole paper. We really appreciate that if you comment on their writing, any improvements they need there. If you comment, obviously, on the content of their paper, the subject matter, make comments throughout the paper. Students really thrive off of that kind of feedback. Then add one final holistic comment here. This paper is mediocre at best. Hopefully you're not that harsh, but this isn't a great paper. Then you add a grade. So those are the 2 things, comments and then a grade. We give the student a point grade out of 100. And that is automatically, again, saved by the second. Once you're finished with grading this paper, adding your comments throughout, adding a final private comment, and then adding your grade points, you go up to this big blue return button and click it. You will be prompted to make sure that's what you wanted to do. The student will be notified. They'll be able to see the grade and any comments. Click return if that is truly what you wanted. Now you're done. Once you see that return button is turned back to gray, you know that it's been returned. You can just close this out. And if we refresh here, you'll see that that student's assignment changed from turned in to graded. And now they've showed up over here with the points that you gave them. So that's how you know you finished grading an assignment. You can add points here quickly. You can select people and return them up here once they've turned in their paper. And that's pretty much it. If you have any other questions about how to use this, we are happy to help you at any time.